Welcome back, everyone. It is LaughNgamez here, and today we're back with another Starcraft 2 replay. Today we've got ourselves a Terran versus Zerg on the map King Sejong Station. So, without further ado, I'll get into other things, but we've got the intros to do here first. So, spawning up in the top left side of the map, it is the Zerg player in the green, DemiLove, playing for Team Dust Gaming. And spawning down in the bottom right side of the map, it is the purple Terran, Pokebunny, playing for Team Ascension. So we've got, what we have here is a new map on Legacy of the Void. It's not technically new, it's very, very old, in fact. However, it's new to Legacy of the Void, it's new to this version of Starcraft. So we could see any number of things come out here, we could see any number of styles, but we actually see DemiLove opening with a spawning pool first here and getting a quick gas, so it is going to be an aggressive opening. And actually, the Zerg player Jon Snow did this in the last cast I did, and it's almost the exact same style we're seeing here. So Zergs might have something going on this map here. Well, at least the same style anyway. So we're going to see this sort of early aggression, wanting to catch a command center first. Well, that's what DemiLove is hoping to do here. He's wanting to try and catch and do some early damage to Pokebunny as he throws up this quick command center. He's doing exactly that. So Pokebunny's sort of playing into what DemiLove expects here. Now, I'm talking about these players, I'm saying their names, but I figure I'll talk a little bit about what these two players are really known for, and the fact that what they're known for is not necessarily the fact that they're known a lot. These two players are very solid. They play in pretty much the regular tournaments and things, well, they'll at least try to qualify for them. But neither of them are particularly known in the pro scene, but that doesn't mean they're not solid. Pokebunny and DemiLove are known to play some of the interesting games, even though they're not necessarily the most popular or the absolute top 5 players, but they're still very good players, and we are seeing styles come out of them, and the style that DemiLove is going for is some early aggression. So we have this style for DemiLove is actually coming in, and it's going to work out very well for him, as if we look here, the Reaper did just catch wind of this, so it is being forced to come back, but this command center is heavily delayed by DemiLove. He gets the SCV here. He's going to get the Marine with these Zerglings as they come in. Actually, no, he might just not get this. The Zergling Maker going to run for it, but this Reaper does manage to clean up the 4 Zerglings. So there has been a delay on this command center by DemiLove. He got the intel. He now knows exactly what Pokebunny's gone for. However, he is still sitting a bit in the dark, but he will have the Zergling speed, so he will have map control. He also with that opening, it's sort of a safe opening here, and he did manage to delay the command center. It's not like he made 20 Zerglings and committed to an all-in. No, it was a safe opening in case there was, say, maybe proxy Reapers wanting to get some damage done to justify that. And it didn't look like he got a ton of damage done there, but it did sort of unsettle Pokebunny a bit here. And now we see this game just going into a normal macro game as DemiLove throws up his 3rd hatchery. So DemiLove not going for super greed at the start of the game, but he's in full macro state now, making drones, starting to mine his gas, and he's actually making his choice of throwing up a Roach Warren here. So DemiLove possibly wanting to go for some later Roach aggression, or this is just a safety Roach Warren, which is not surprising, as this is a map which Terran does have some great aggressive potential. They can go for pushes behind these rocks with tanks. They can go for lots of drops, which roaches are helpful for cleaning up. So very a safe choice to go for roaches when taking this hatchery along with it. And now we see Pokebunny moving out with a tank drop here, so these quick Zerglings will help to stay on top of this, but for now it is going to be up to the Queens of DemiLove to deal with this. Queens can take a surprising amount of tank shots, so that's exactly what they'll be doing for DemiLove. Now this tank evac is moving out on the map here. It's going to start dropping, trying to do anything it can. You see, on this map, the natural base is sort of so exposed here, so these tanks can be very abusive here, but the Queens are going to force the medevac back. They're going to force this tank back, but he did pick off a few drones there. He managed to kill 3 drones with that tank, so a decent start just for moving out with this tank and this medevac. We now see the hatchery going up for DemiLove here, so he's going to be choosing his tech here, and he's committing to this Carapace upgrade, so he might not have actually made up his choice of what his tech is going to be yet, because this Carapace helps melee units. It helps really any Zerg ground forces. Well, that's exactly what it does. And now we are seeing this Zergling, pardon my mistake, roach speed here, so he is going for that roach speed style. So he is going to be committing to roaches. He's just opting for this Carapace upgrade. Possibly because he hadn't made up his mind and that this pushing tank sort of made him want to commit. We see this Overlord getting shot at by Pokebunny as he does move out with this large tank pressure. And now DemiLove is aware of this. He knows, he's seen all these Marines trailing out. So DemiLove should be producing absolutely nothing but roaches. He's starting to rally all his queens together. He knows this push is coming and he's getting ready here. We should see a literally button units and defense on the way for DemiLove, and so far we've seen that. The attack, not likely going to come through the back here as Pokebunny is pushing up the front, and these back rocks were destroyed, so not the most abusable position, but these tanks are still tucked in very nicely, and Pokebunny starting to push forward here. The Ravagers throwing down corrosive files here, trying to connect with the tank. The Pokebunny, great micro to move them back. The Marines have stim packs, so they can trade decently with the roaches since it is a smaller unit count. However, these queens are sort of an anchor here. They're very beefy by all means and can absorb quite a few shots. However, these tanks are starting to do some great damage, but this bio is very overstimmed, so Pokebunny managing to push forward and push DemiLove back, but DemiLove now starting to flood lots of Zerglings and roaches, so this attack might be pushed back, but Pokebunny's still trying to do any damage he can. The fodder isn't a large amount, so he is going to start to have to sort of pull back here a little bit, but he's still trying to push. DemiLove does not want to commit onto these Stim Marines, supported by these siege tanks, and more units are rallying across the map for Pokebunny. He is only on 2 command centers, so he does need to get some damage done here. However, he has been forced back. Third tank, though, pushing in. This is becoming sort of a heavy punishing situation if DemiLove takes any bad fights. As we see some roaches go down there, these tanks and so many kills here as DemiLove moves in to commit onto this. 18, 15 kills on these tanks. This is so much damage coming out of these 2 tanks here for Pokebunny. That is an absurd amount of kills here. If we look at the units lost, he's been trading so efficiently. Almost double the units lost for DemiLove as these tanks have been forcing him to take bad fights. Lots of Ravagers morphing in for DemiLove, possibly to spend part of his gas bank, but he is floating a fair few minerals here, so he's going to want to make lots of Zerglings here, as many as he can. However, he is low on larva here, so money is not an issue right now. It's larva. However, siege tank sieging just for Pokebunny right as those corrosive files go down, so he is going to be pushed back. Tanks starting to drop. Pokebunny does manage to pick off those 2 high kill tanks, but he is ultimately forced back and has not managed to kill DemiLove here. But he noticed this. He understands that he's not going to kill him. So he threw up a 3rd command center a while back to spend some of his money to try and stay in this game here, as he did not manage to kill DemiLove. However, he did enough damage. He forced so many units. DemiLove is still on low drones, but now he has survived this attack. He's likely either going to go up to lots of his own worker creation, or he's gonna go for a counterattack. And considering he is still just making units, it seems DemiLove is gonna go for a counterattack here. Pokebunny trying to do some harass damage with these tanks, still trying to get these absurd high kill tanks 2 more kills here, but they are very red here, and this is actually great. Even a few seconds of making DemiLove focus on aggression here is gonna make him think. A few seconds of making him focus on aggression here is gonna keep his mind away from making units, and he's literally just been making units here. But this is reaching the stage of, oh, okay, DemiLove is being a bit too safe. You're making too many units for defense, and oh, okay, DemiLove's gonna move across the map and try to kill Pokebunny. DemiLove has been aware that there is no natural command center landed yet, but it is starting to move across the map, and killing that Zergling, which he had planted there, is going to tip him off. So DemiLove now knows that Pokebunny is going to start macroing here. He knows that Pokebunny is not going for any more large aggression. He's scouting across the map. He sees no large push coming. So now we see this. Now he's going into droning. He did make a few too many units there. He could already be on, say, 60, 70 drones if he had identified that at first, but he was playing safe. He did not want to lose this game if there had been another push coming across the map. But now he's into full economy mode here. He's getting up more gases. He's throwing up his infestation pit, and he's starting to produce drones nonstop. We'll likely see a fourth coming across this map, but it seems DemiLove is sort of thinking. There's the fourth, by the way. He is sort of thinking that he did make a few too many units here, so he is going to try to do some pressure here, and rightfully so. He's up an army supply by 40. They are on an even worker count, so for the Zerg player, it would be good to get some damage done, because if we look at the income here, Pokebunny's ahead, as he just got this fresh third command center. He's a Terran player, so he's going to be dropping wheels, and 3-base to 3-base, that is ultimately going to put the Terran ahead. But instead of going for aggression here, it seems DemiLove is going to go for that Zerg route of I'm going to macro, I'm going to get to a scary tech. So he is teching the Hive. He's got this range attack, but he's throwing up an extra Evo chamber here, so he's likely going to start getting his melee upgrades here. He's going to be going for this Ultra Infestor, or possibly Ultra Broodlord, most likely Ultra Infestor, though, as he has not thrown up his fire. So DemiLove's now in full tech mode. Pokebunny is going to need to be the aggressor now, because he's making these units, which will soon be made weak compared to when fighting against DemiLove's new army. A scan did come out for Pokebunny, so he has seen the infestation pit with this drop, so he knows that DemiLove's teching. So he is going to move out across the map and try to get any damage done. He does have 4 siege tanks here and lots of bio. The bio is going to be on 2-2, so if Pokebunny is going to make this attack work, it's got to be now. This is a very hard 4th base to defend for the Zerg player, so the Zerg player is quite a tight situation, but it really depends whether he can get these money fungals down here, and this bio is splitting up so much. The fungals going down, catching so many of the Marines here. Corrosive Bile is going to rain down on top of them. But the siege tank's still shelling away completely. Pokebunny gonna try to make a stand in front of them to hold and take the best fight he can, but this simply might not be enough. And now he has been pushed back, and the Zerg player held. DemiLove is completely fine. He held off that attack. He took a good trade as well for that situation. Pokebunny might have been a bit too aggressive there, getting fungled, although a drop on his other side of the map did kill off a few drones here. So some damage going down for Pokebunny, but that really wasn't enough when going up against a Zerg who's going to be getting into Hive Tech. So Pokebunny did not do the damage he needed to do, so he's going to say, okay, what's the follow-up plan? Alright, you're macroing, time for me to macro. I'm going to start my 3-3 upgrades. I'm going to start my next command center. I'm going to start more barracks, because I'm going to need to be producing tons of bio to go toe-to-toe with these Ultras. However, this 4th base for Pokebunny does need to get done very soon, as this has been a high aggression game here. Both the players are starting to mine out on their bases. Even the 3rd base for DemiLove is going to start mining out relatively soon, whereas Pokebunny's is more fresh. So these players are not on the highest income here. Not bad income here, however, they will need to be taking more bases soon. We see Pokebunny getting ready for that. A 5th base is sort of hard for Zerg on this map, as they do have to spread out a lot. Drop moving out for Pokebunny here, trying to get any damage done he really can, as he has these units, he has these medivacs, so he might try to do something, but here we see Ultralisk chitinous plating on the production tab here. So DemiLove going to be reaching this terrifying unit composition. For now though, he is very high on supply of roaches and ravagers, so he is going to have 5 Ultras, very terrifying, but not necessarily as scary as 5 Ultralisk, plenty of Lings and Banelings. So, but there is still Infestors here. So this army for DemiLove, even though it is sort of bloated a bit by these Roaches and Ravagers, is still so scary. Pokebunny moving into secure his 4th base. He is gonna need a planetary on this. He's gonna push in. This is insane, him pushing in here. Just Marines. These Marines, how much attack does one Marine do here? I actually can't hover, but I believe a Marine essentially does no damage to an Ultralisk. Okay, these Ultralisk are soon going to be on +6 armor, +7 actually, I believe, and a Marine does really 1 damage, so it's going to take a lot of shots to kill one Ultralisk. Really, the only hope for Pokebunny as he pushes in here is these siege tanks, which these Corrosive Biles, Fungals, and everything else are going to rain on top. And now Pokebunny moving in. Oh no, he gets completely caught here by the Fungal Growth. He's just going to be split up. He cannot take a direct engagement. If he wants to fight, he needed to drop all over. He could not take a direct fight on with the Siege Tanks picking up, but 2 of them going down here. So only 2 Siege Tanks, and he never even made this Planetary Fortress. He's just being chased across the map. Now time to start a Planetary, as the units are already killing this command center here. Pokebunny is going to lose his 4th base. He's just being chased and chased and chased. Sure, 2 Ultralisks have been chasing his entire army across the map. The Spy was so stim from running away, and now it gets all fungled, and it's all going to go down, and Pokebunny knows that it is over. So good game is called as Pokebunny taps out here. DemiLove taking a great game there. He managed to hold on. He was so far down in resources lost here, but if we look at the end resources lost. He just became such a cost-efficient army with these very, very strong Ultralisks here. Pokebunny was just only starting to make Liberators, which are needed to deal with an army like this. He either needed Ghosts or Liberators or mass drops to deal with this. Pokebunny tried to kill him, so it's not tried to kill him early on, and he failed, so it's not necessarily a surprise that he lost in this situation. But he could have sort of made different decisions. If we look here, it seems that there may have been some accidental roach shooting going on there from DemiLove. He accidentally shot his own Ultralisk with these roaches. Look at that. Traders. Either that or there's a Marine directly underneath that Ultralisk. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. This has been another StarCraft 1 versus 1 cast. I'm going to try to keep them coming, try to find good replays to cast. And I shall see you next time. If you have feedback, feel free to leave it. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe and leave me likes. It really helps me out. See you guys next time.